Hello, this is Vanessa of Herbs of Grace, Healing Arts, traditional naturopath, and author of Menomorphosis, Ritual Spells and Natural Remedies for Peri, Mid, and Postmenopausal Women. And today in our series on plant allies for the menopausal phase of life, I would love to talk about chasteberry. The botanical name of chasteberry is Vitex agnus castus. A lot of times you'll hear chaste tree or a chaste berry called Vitex for short. So whether it's called chaste tree, chaste berry, or Vitex, it's all the same thing. And one of the reasons that I love to use this particular plant for whether it's peri, mid, or post menopause is because this is a particularly wonderful tonic for the hormonal system. It helps to balance the hormones. And particularly, it can help stimulate the pituitary gland, which regulates hormone production. So it starts at the very beginning in balancing the hormonal system. And studies have actually shown that it is particularly good at increasing or enhancing the progesterone cycle. So oftentimes during perimenopause, we see the progesterone levels drop quickly, or we see the ratio between estrogen and progesterone widen. And so we need a balance between those to help us to ease symptoms. And so Vitex or chaste tree is a really wonderful herbal ally to keep that balance between estrogen and progesterone in a good, healthy level and to enhance progesterone. And some researchers have explained it in that it is so helpful during the menopausal phase of life because it actually helps the body to redirect the nutrition that you take in with what you eat. It helps to redirect that nutrition toward the progesterone cycle of the endocrine system. So that's one of the ways in which it works. And actually, there's been several studies, quite a few studies on Vitex. One of them found a 93% decrease in PMS symptoms when taking Vitex. 93% decrease. That is very statistically significant. And that was a wide range of PMS symptoms. There was another study done on 100 women that found that Vitex was able to cut monthly migraines in half in 42% of the patients, and a total of 57 of those 100 women had fewer headache days. So that is also another area of PMS symptoms that Vitex is able to address. It's also helpful for fibrocystic breasts and irregular menses, infertility, fibroids, and night sweats and hot flashes, and any of the symptoms that we often see during PMS, during perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. We're going to talk a little bit more about its use in fibroids, but before we do that, I just want to mention that this is a tonic herb, which means that it's not an herb that you're going to take for a week or 2 weeks and see miraculous results. It is one of those herbs that you take over time, regularly, daily, one dropperful of the tincture every day. And maybe after a few months of use, you're going to start seeing some changes and some results. But really, you want to be thinking about taking this long term for a year or two so it can really help to rebalance the hormonal system. And in talking about fibroids and the use of Vitex for fibroids, I just want to mention that in German medical practice, Vitex is considered specific for uterine bleeding and for uterine bleeding caused by fibroids. A lot of times with fibroids, we have not only the fibroids themselves, but we have cramping and pain caused by the fibroids and heavy bleeding. And so Vitex is one of the few plant allies that addresses all three of those. It actually helps to shrink fibroids, it helps to reduce heavy bleeding, and it also helps to relieve the pain associated with fibroids. So Vitex is an herb that has many uses during the menopausal period of life. I just want to check my notes and see if there's anything else I wanted to talk about in regard to chaste tree, emotional instability or mood swings. This is another thing that we often see, particularly during perimenopause. And because of the hormone balancing effect, Vitex or chaste tree can address that as well. And water retention. We talked a little bit about headaches and migraines. Reestablishing menstruation that has stopped prematurely. This is another area by balancing the hormonal system that Vitex can address that. Treating dry vaginal tissues, again, because of this hormonal balancing effect, it can rebalance the estrogen and progesterone ratio that can cause dry vaginal tissues if it's out of balance. And so that is one of the long-term tonic herbs that we can take throughout several years of time. This can just be something that we can incorporate into our daily rituals to help us to elevate our health and bring us back into balance. Vitex, or also called chasteberry or chaste tree. So if you have any questions, please make sure and comment below. If you have used Vitex and you have some wonderful results you'd like to share, please also go ahead and share below this video. And once again, quick reminder to subscribe and like this video, and I will be back with another one next week. So have a wonderful week in the meantime.